America, and one author and mental toughness coach has a tough love message for all of us.
Steve Siebold is the author of Die Fat or Get Tough, and he joins us in studio today. And a lot of what you have to say sounds harsh, but is it true? I mean, if you're fat, it's your fault?
Of course. It's really about self-responsibility. We're trying to wake people up and kind of shock them a little bit and say, look, if you're fat, it's your fault. Grow up emotionally, get tough, and fix it. End of obesity epidemic.
Generally, if you were to say, what's the response?
Well, after I did the Today Show, I had 3 death threats.
Really?
In London, they had to give me security when I spoke on the BBC.
So people don't really like being told this stuff, I guess.
Some of them really don't, and some of them, they either hate it or they love it. But there seems to be no middle.
But why is it their fault? Because obviously, you know, people have different parents of different sizes and you know, all that sort of thing. They might be predisposed to being a little heavier. So why is it their fault?
Sure. For some people, it's a little more difficult than others. But I gained 40 pounds about 10 years ago, and no one came over and stuffed the pizza in my face or the Doritos or anyway. We're doing this to ourselves. For some people, it's more difficult than others. But at the end of the day, it's our responsibility.
So you're saying that we're not only the problem, but we are also the solution.
Absolutely.
So we have the power to overcome this.
Right. This book is a mental toughness book for dieters. That's why I wrote it. That's what I speak on and write about. And that's all people have to do is get on a good diet, get the mental toughness, and fix it.
Well, explain then. Give me a little more about what happened with you. You said you gained 40 pounds. How did you give yourself the same talk and do something about it?
Well, it's pretty embarrassing, actually. I was on a speaking tour, and I was going all over the world, and I just didn't pay attention. I got off the tour, and I went to my doctor. He said, you're a mental toughness speaker, and you're fat. This is a problem. And he said, here's the diet. Get on the diet. Stick to it. So I stuck to it. 12 weeks later, I lost the weight and never went back.
Did you call in a death threat to him?
Yeah. I felt like it. I felt like it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you say that fat people eat emotionally, fit people eat strategically. What do you mean by that?
Well, we interviewed for the book 500 fat people, 500 fit people. I went to meals with them over a 2-year period, and the fit people measure everything out. They're eating the salad and the salmon instead of the pizza and the hot dogs and all that. And the fat people were just like me. I realized I thought more like a fat person, even really when I was more fit, when I was an athlete. And they just sort of eat whatever is pleasurable through emotion. And they medicate themselves through emotion, through emotional eating as well. And it's a real problem.
What's the biggest surprise then you found in your research, besides what you just talked about? What else? Is there anything really shocking that you want to get across that maybe people are making as far as an overall mistake with overeating?
Yeah, I think so. The biggest shock I really had, besides the fact that I thought like a fat person, that was my biggest shock, was that the fit people are 100%, until they get fit, to the point where they get fit, they're 100% compliant on their diet. And whereas most of us, including me, said, oh, well, if I'm 99%, it's okay. And we always say, hey, go home and tell your spouse, hey, I was 99% faithful this year, honey. But up from 67% last year, which is a real improvement. See how you do. Yeah, it's 100%. It's kind of an all or nothing proposition until you get fit, and then you can cheat a little bit on your diet, but until you get fit, I think it's an all or nothing proposition.
So don't cheat on the weekends, on your spouse or on your diet.
Exactly. Good philosophy.
Okay.
Well, the book is called Die Fat or Get Tough by Steve Siebold right here, and it's got the I don't know. It's got the cemetery on the back of the cover. So.
It's a little creepy. That freaks people out a little bit.
You get the message across. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks
for coming in.
Appreciate it.